One of my guests on my podcast said to me the other week that people love to say it took them 10 years to become an overnight success. There's a truth in that. But in content, in podcasting world, it might just take you 30 consistent episodes that nobody notices before everything suddenly clicks. When I first started out in video content, in podcasting, there was very much just silence around everything that I was doing. And you've got to have a certain level of conviction and faith that what you're doing will produce the right results, because it's easy to get lost in measuring the metrics that everybody talks about at the beginning, which just aren't, for the majority of us, aren't there to start with. So it's very much kind of posting and then refreshing your YouTube analytics or your LinkedIn analytics and waiting for it to spike. Sometimes that doesn't come for a very long time. And I think the overnight success narrative is really, really dangerous. I hate that. I hate it. You can launch a podcast and be successful in 5 episodes. Here's how. And effectively, all they want to do is to sell you their services that they claim will make you a success overnight. In actual fact, a lot of the time, what that hides is fake followers and dishonest growth. Because that's one of the few ways that they can guarantee that you will get results that you expect, having paid a large sum of money to have that support. And the truth is, you can also go the opposite route and really, really grind things out and burn yourself to the point where you're exhausted. And that's also not necessary. What I'm here to say is that you need to be more effective and efficient with what you're doing, but you also need to keep an eye on scope creep, right? All the things that go around the edges that they're not fun for you, they're not easy to do, they're maybe quite manual work. Maybe some of that stuff that you need to outsource to other people and get rid of. Because for a lot of people, they really enjoy recording their content, they love interviewing their guests, they love talking to other people and sharing value for their audience, but all the other bits are just hard work and it can really burn you out. But the tall and short of it is that you shouldn't worry about that silence at the beginning. Don't worry that people aren't liking and engaging with your numbers. What will happen is that you will reach what I call critical mass. Okay, you reach that critical mass and all of a sudden things will start to fall into place for you. And that might be 5 episodes, right? It happens. It might be 10, 15, or even 50 episodes. I've spoken to a guy who's incredibly successful, and he said it didn't fall into place until 200 episodes. He wouldn't change a thing, right? We're all on that journey somewhere and it's different for everyone. You can't take other people's metrics and apply them to yourself, right? It's your journey. Nobody knows your chessboard and your chess pieces but you. But you've got to keep that faith, and you probably need someone to help you be accountable on that and to not, use that energy and that passion. I've started working recently with a client who has just ticked over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And within the last week, because we've now started to put short videos out for them that they previously weren't doing, their subscriber growth has grown massively. So I think they've had 53 new subscribers in a week. And it's taken them a couple of years to grow to 1,000 subscribers across their YouTube channel. It's incredible. It's humbling to be part of, and it's lovely to see them get that reward for the hard work that they've put in over time. So momentum is something that you're building this whole time, right? But it's invisible until it isn't. It's really hard to explain, but I can promise you are building that momentum by being present. Stay efficient, stay consistent, keep your passion going. Do things to manage your energy levels. And think of, especially YouTube, if you're putting a podcast onto YouTube or any other podcast service, right? A really great analogy of describing it is it's like water dripping from a tap. Now, when that tap starts dripping, probably don't even notice it. It might be a little bit annoying, but you really don't see where that water's going. It's just a couple of drips on the counter. Over time, that drip becomes a massive puddle that people can't help but step in. And it's the same with podcast content and evergreen content, wherever it goes, especially YouTube. Eventually, your audience cannot help but step into your puddle. And when they do, they'll find everything else that you've created and come with you on the journey. So my message, if anything this morning, is to be brave. Stay with it till the end. Be consistent and know that we've all been there. Some of us are still going through it, right? Like I know lots of people who are in that process who are still questioning themselves every moment. You're not alone. Find people who are like you and trust the process, because there is no silver bullet. There is no hack. You've got to find your own way. Happy to support anybody who wants to borrow some of my knowledge and experience. If you want to ask some questions, reach out, feel free. I love to chat with people. You've got to have that faith in yourself to start with. Take care, and I'll see you next week.